I was wrong, I got my point across. They depicted me the boss. Of course, my orange box cutter make the world go round. Plus I'm fucking bitches ain't my homegirls now. Start stacking, dabbled in crack, gun packing. Nickname Medina, made the scenes, took my Ninas. From gym class to in-glass, pass off for global. The only nigga with a mobile. Can't you see like total? Getting larger in waist and taste. Ain't no telling where this felon is heading. Just in case, keep a shell at the tip of your melon. Clear the space. Your brain was a terrible thing to waste. Realizing to master enterprise and I ain't have to be in school by 10. I then began to encounter with my counterparts to how to burn the block apart. Break it down into sections. Drugs by these selections. Some use pipes, others use injections. Syringe sold separately. Frank the deputy, quick to grab my Smith & Wesson like my dick was missing. To protect my position, my corner, my layer. While we out here, say the hustler's prayer. If the game shakes me or breaks me, I hope it makes me a better man. Take a better stand, put money in my mom's hand. Get my daughter this college plan, so she don't need no man. Stay far from timid, only make moves when your heart's in it. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. Motherfucker. 88. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. Take a better stand, put money in my mom's hand. Get my daughter this college plan, so she don't need no man. Stay far from timid, only make moves when your heart's in it. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. A nigga never been as broke as me. I like that. When I was young, I had 2 pair of leaves. Besides that, the pinstripes and the gray. The one I wore on Mondays and Wednesdays. While niggas flirt, I'm throwing tigers on my shirt and alligators. You wanna see the inside? I see you later. Here come the drama. Oh, that's that nigga with the fake. Wow, why you punch me in my face? Stay in your place, play your position. Here come my intuition. Go in this nigga pocket, rob him while his friends watch it, and hoes clock it. Here comes respect. His crew's your crew, or they might be next. Look at they man eye, big man, they never try, so we roll with them. I stole with them, I mean loyalty. Niggas bought me milks at lunch, the milks with chocolate, the cookies, butter crunch, 88. Long as I got stuff for most of them solved. Even when I was wrong, I got my point across. They depicted me the boss. Of course, my orange box cutter make the world go round. Plus I'm fucking bitches ain't my homegirls now. Start stacking, dabbled in crack, gun packing. Nickname Medina, made the scenes, took my Ninas. From gym class to in-glass, pass off for global. The only nigga with a mobile. Can't you see like total? Getting larger in waist and taste. Ain't no telling where this felon is heading. Just in case, keep a shell at the tip of your melon. Clear the space. Your brain was a terrible thing to waste. Realizing to master enterprise and I ain't have to be in school by 10. I then began to encounter with my counterparts on how to burn the block apart. Break it down into sections. Drugs by these selections. Some use pipes, others use injections. Syringe sold separately. Frank the deputy, quick to grab my Smith & Wesson like my dick was missing. To protect my position, my corner, my layer. While we out here, say the hustler's prayer. If the game shakes me or breaks me, I hope it makes me a better man. Take a better stand, put money in my mom's hand. Get my daughter this college plan, so she don't need no man. Stay far from timid, only make moves when your heart's in it. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. Motherfucker. 88. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. Take a better stand, put money in my mom's hand. Get my daughter this college plan, so she don't need no man. Stay far from timid, only make moves when your heart's in it. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. A nigga never been as broke as me. I like that. When I was young, I had 2 pair of leaves. Besides that, the pinstripes and the gray. The one I wore on Mondays and Wednesdays. While niggas flirt, I'm throwing tigers on my shirt and alligators. You wanna see the inside? I see you later. They come the drama. Oh, that's that nigga with the fake. Wow, why you punch me in my face? Stay in your place, play your position. Become my intuition. Go in this nigga pocket, rob him while his friends watch it. And hoes clock it. Here comes respect. His crew's your crew, or they might be next. Look at they man, big man, they never try, so we roll with them. Stole with them. I mean loyalty. Niggas bought me milks at lunch. The milks with chocolate, the cookies, butter crunch, 80. I had enough heart for most of them, long as I got stuff for most of them soft. Even when I was wrong, I got my point across. They depicted me the boss. Of course, my orange box cutter make the world go round. Plus I'm fucking bitches ain't my homegirls now. Start stacking, dabbled in crack, gun packing. Nickname Medina, made the scenes, took my Ninas. From gym class to in-glass, pass off for global. The only nigga with a mobile. Can't you see like total? Getting larger in waist and taste. Ain't no telling where the spelling is heading. Just in case, keep a shell at the tip of your melon. Clear the space. Your brain was a terrible thing to waste. realizing to master enterprise and I ain't have to be in school.
Man, what is going on, guys? What is going on with you?
Goddamn.
Well, man, we got a pretty interesting week of news here today for you guys. We got a lot of semi big / important stories. This is actually one of the more top heavy weeks. There was actually quite a bit of news going around the IWC today. Well, over the last week. So that's today should be very interesting, man. But man, how the hell are you guys, bro? How the hell are you guys? Yeah, man. I see we got this. What is that? What else is on SmackDown tonight? Is SmackDown a skip tonight or what? Is there any? I don't. There probably isn't any Bloodline. If there is any Bloodline, it's probably the Usos. And who knows if LA Knight gets put on television or not? We actually have news on our boy LA Knight, so we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. But how they did not put him on in Madison Square Garden, I have no idea. But he got to beat up Hit Row in the dark segment.
It's prime.
Oh yeah, 100%. 100%, bro. So, yeah, man, like I said, we got an interesting week of news here today for you guys. And then we got this bad boy right here. As
I can't wait.
Almost dropped it out of my hand. As you can see, the All Elite crate. And as you guys know from the May All Elite crate, hopefully this goes better than that one.
I like the last one.
Yes, because golly, that was a mess. That was a fucking mess. The Best Friends and who's the other one? Danhausen. What a fucking shit All Elite crate. How about you put people that are actually popular on the fucking shirts for the All Elite crate? But thankfully, I have not gotten spoiled yet. Have you?
No, I have no clue what's in this thing.
Sounds good, man. Sounds good. So, yeah, last Friday, it shipped out. We were hoping we would maybe have them for Monday. Obviously, we didn't. So we're on here the following Friday with the precious All Elite crate. So I guess we can go ahead and hop into the intro before we get into the All Elite crate unboxing. So what is going on, guys? We're back with yet again another edition of the Notorious podcast, another edition of the Newsman. This is episode 170 of the Newsman. 170 weeks. Shit's crazy, bro. Shit is absolutely insane. But, yeah, man. So, if this is your first time watching, you guys do not know how the show works. Every Monday, we are on here with Notorious Unscripted after Monday Night Raw. And every Friday, 4 p.m. Central, we are on here with the news, man. If you guys did miss this past Monday's edition of Unscripted, our fans starting to take the Bloodline story for granted. We talked about the Tribal Court number 2. We talked about that segment. We talked about how fans were blaming the Bloodline for WWE's poor incapability of time managing a show. People blame the Bloodline for having 40 minutes plus another 5 minutes, 10 minutes at the end of the show to tell their story. We talked all about that. We went into depth on what we think about that. We talked about Dynamite, Collision, Raw. We talked about all that good stuff. We talked about the very Vince McMahon-y, the dementia-filled episode of Monday Night Raw. That was Raw this past Monday. So if you guys did miss that, you guys can all watch that on all platforms. That is Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. And if you want to see it first, join us right here. Like I said, every Monday after Monday Night Raw and every Friday at 4 p.m. Central for Notorious Unscripted and the news. So if this is your first time watching, guys, have not got a chance to get your hands on some of the official Notorious Heels podcast merchandise, it is available for you guys live on the merch shop. That is bunfair.com. Link is at the top of the description of this very video and in either mine or Circade social media pages. So, With that, man, you have all 8 of these beautiful designs, plus more available on the merch shop for you guys, man. You got the Chicago flag design, the Uncrowned Kings of the IWC design, the base logo, the Riddler-inspired IWC's Best Kept Secret design. You have the 3 versions of the Notorious World Order design. You have the Chicago flag design. You have the classic black and white, and you have the Wolfpack red design. So you have all 3 of those available on the merch shop as well. You got the Grand Slam design, you got the Scratch logo, and you have the Only Community That Matters design. So all 8 of these beautiful designs, plus more, available on the merch shop for you guys. That is BotFur.com. Again, link in the top of the description of this very video and in either mine or Sir K's social media pages, man. So, with that, if this is your first time watching and you guys do not know who we are here at the Notorious Heels Podcast, I am Johnny Mayhem, one half of the host of this very show. And as for the other half, we got my man Sir K here. How's it going, dude?
Going good, man. Going good. Just been chilling out, man. Been chilling out. It was my sister's birthday, so that's good, man.
Oh, yeah.
Happy birthday to her,
birthday.
man. But hell yeah, man. Thank you. But shit. Other than that, it's been pretty chill, man. Pretty chill, normal day. Yeah. Shit, man. So been good, man. Like Durante always asks, man, how's life? How's the family, man? Life's good, man. The family's good. How's everybody doing in chat? Bill, Durante, man. How's everybody doing? What about you, bro? How you doing?
Yeah, man, I'm good, bro. I'm good. Yeah, dude, just chilling, bro. Man, Kevin Nash, bro. Kevin Nash. You know, there's nothing original about LA Knight.
Kevin.
He's just crap.
No.
Nothing. Not one thing about the man is good. Not one. He's just horrible. That's why he's selling. Yeah. That's why he's selling more than Mr. NWO in merch sales, I believe. But anyway, I'm good, bro. I'm good. I am a little nervous. I'm a little nervous to open this crate I have next to me. I'm a little nervous, but I also have this. I'm not gonna open it, obviously, because I'm not My Damn Toys. But shout out to him. This is. Let me not show the side with my address on it. This is. Yeah. Happy birthday, sir, sister. So I wanted to bring this on here to rub it in Logan's face. So shout out to you, Logan, that I got it before he did. I got my Mattel Creations American Nightmare Cody Rhodes, and I didn't even pre-order it. I got it off eBay for a great deal, and then yesterday Ringside put it up for an even better deal, but it already sold out. But I got mine, so just wanted to rub this in Logan's face. I'll be opening this a little bit later today. So, all right, man, let's go ahead and get into the meat and potatoes here. Dude.
I'm opening it, bro. Oh, no.
All right.
Yeah, I'm scared.
Let me go ahead and cut my bands here. Or cut my tape. All right. Oh.
I gotta take the first shirt out.
I forgot to say, as Durante always asks, I'm good, family's good. What about you, Durante, Logan, Bell, Pops? How's everybody doing? All right, let me take out the little spoiler card so I can read this to you guys before we go into these t-shirts. Look at this. 2 great people as the shirt. All right, so let's check out the other shit. So you get 10% off your next Shop AEW order. Okay. You have a Chicago Phil sticker 3-pack. Okay. The Briscoes Dem Boys flag. You have a Jamie Hayter label pin. Powerhouse Hobbs autographed 8x10. Chris Jericho versus Orange Cassidy All Out 2020 poster. Jungle Boy Micro Brawler 300 chase variants included. The Acclaimed Super Kick socks. The MJF Kiss the Ring t-shirt. And the Sting 1990 USA Sting t-shirt. Oh, God, I hope this isn't Surfer Sting, but I think WWE owns the rights to Surfer Sting.
I looked at the shirt. It is.
It's bad? All right, look.
It's not bad. It's not a bad shirt.
Let's get the first
It's
shirt
just
out.
surface.
Oh, what the? Well, I mean,
It's not a bad shirt. It's just not the Sting I would want, personally. It's not a bad shirt, though.
well, this is the first
I
shirt.
don't know.
It's not bad. It's just not exactly what I thought of when I thought of a Sting shirt. But I
It
like
looks
it.
like I am going to have to end up buying one. It's, cool Sting, but not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad. I'll take it.
Yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. So that's the first one. And the second one is the MJF Kiss the Ring shirt.
It's not bad.
Yeah, this one's not bad either. It's not bad. Honestly, dude. Honestly, nothing can get worse than those shirts. This one's a little plain.
Yeah.
And just has a giant fist. But the Sting shirt is really nice. Again, not necessarily the Sting shirt I would have hoped for. I would have hoped for like a cool Sting shirt. But this does the trick. Not really does the trick. I'll definitely end up having to buy a Sting shirt anyway. But this is very nice. This is very nice. It is a very nice shirt. For sure. Definitely not as bad as last time. But yeah, this MJF shirt
Oh,
too.
God, no.
This MJF shirt, not, like I said, little basic, but overall, they're two very nice shirts. Two very nice shirts, man, and that was all Elite Crate for the quarter. So, wow, I can't believe they didn't give us a AEW Sting shirt. Man,
I know, that's
little
so
disappointing.
weird. Like, why? It a little is, man. Like, or at least like a cooler classic one. Maybe like a Wolfpack Sting one.
Yeah, or like just like an old Crow Sting.
Yeah,
You know what,
like
though?
when he started it. Like,
That shit he probably doesn't have the rights to.
Probably not.
Like his likeness from WCW.
no, he probably doesn't at all. It sucks.
1990 USA. Damn. Little disappointing, but it's a nice shirt. Like, it's a nice shirt. I'm definitely not going to be throwing these shirts in the... I'm definitely not going to be using them as oil rags like the last ones. These are very nice shirts, but the Sting shirt bombed a little bit, in my honest opinion. And the MJF shirt is a little plain. I wish they would have put just a little like Burberry print would have made this really nice.
Yeah, make like the letters and like the outline Burberry print. That'd have been perfect.
Yeah.
It's kind of plain.
Yeah.
Plain. It's kind of a little disappointing in the case, but not
bit.
bad. Not bad at all.
A little bit. Not as bad as last time, but I'm not going to set my expectations low, for sure. But, yeah. So, again, one more time, the MJF Kiss the Ring shirt. And the Stang 1990 USA shirt. Wow. I can't believe that's what they went with for the fucking Sting shirt. Very odd. But it's a very nice shirt.
Personally. It's a nice shirt.
Yeah, it's, nice graphics. Very nice graphics, but little disappointing. I definitely would, was looking forward to like a Crow Sting, how we see him now type shirt.
Yeah.
Did they get a new manager or something?
Oh,
Because
fuck, they might.
I don't
I
know
don't know
who
what they're doing.
I don't know who's running these all elite crates, but damn.
They ain't
Yeah,
doing that much of a good job. I'll let them know that.
for sure. For sure. The last one was about as bad as you can get, but this one was a step up, obviously. It was cooler people. Shirts were just a little plain, in my opinion. So that kind of sucks. But well, I know they put like the Burberry print on some of
Yeah,
his other shirts.
yeah, they put him on like PPV t-shirts and all that stuff. It's always been like his thing. So
Yeah.
I don't know why they can't do it here.
Man. Well, little disappointed. Little
Yeah,
disappointed.
I'm not gonna lie.
A little disappointed. Nice shirts. I'm definitely going to be wearing them. I don't know how much,
Yeah,
but I'll be wearing them.
might be work shirts in the most respectful way possible.
Fair enough. Fair enough. But yeah, man. I mean, it was all right. It was all right.
Yeah,
So that was the All Elite crate for the quarter, and obviously we'll be on here October? Yeah, in October for the next batch of it. So yeah, man, so that was your All Elite crate for the quarter. Like I said, a little disappointing. Better than last time, but I'm not going to set my expectations completely low. I'm still going to expect some heat because at least the ones we got before, even if it wasn't like the most, like insane shirt, but that's the thing, is like you would think you wouldn't want these shirts to be plain because they're exclusives, and I would think that would
these are
draw
supposed to be
people
like,
to your case.
yeah, these are supposed to be like the exclusive shirts they can only get by doing this, man. It's like these should be the best ones.
For sure. For sure, man. Yeah. Definitely a little disappointed. I definitely wanted like a fucking bomber jacket Crow Sting.
Oh, 100%.
But yeah. Yeah. And then the MJF one just has a giant fist on it. So, cool people. Underwhelming shirt designs for sure. For sure. If I'm being 100% honest.
Definitely. Genuinely, man, same.
So, goddamn. That sucks. All right.
Yeah, at this point.
So, where do we start, man? Well, since we're on the topic of AEW, I guess we can talk about some changes being made to AEW soon. Not official. But here we go, man. So, with WWE typically holding a premium live event every month, it has been speculated that AEW eventually looks to introduce this model instead of having quarterly major events per Fightful Select. Amid negotiations to extend their deal, one major proposal between AEW and Warner Bros. Discovery was to significantly expand AEW's pay-per-view schedule. The report noted that this is something Warner Bros. Discovery has wanted. Fightful also stated that Warner Bros. Discovery sources would not elaborate on whether this proposal was standalone or if it would introduce a Max streaming deal. It was emphasized that things could change ahead of the deal with the two sides between the two sides being finalized, but there have definitely been discussions about a pay-per-view schedule expansion per the report.
do not like the sound of that at all.
You know, on one hand, on one hand, it's it's a good thing to hear because it means that AEW is getting bigger, right?
Yeah.
But from a content perspective, do you really need that?
Oh, it sounds horrible.
Like the way they go about booking
I
their
never understood the point of that many.
yeah, it's like the way they go about booking their dynamites. It's heavily around, you know, it's heavily booked around of it's heavily booked around like making the dynamites and the weekly shows special, for your ratings. But it's like if you have a pay-per-view every month that people can just watch for $9.99, people are just going to tune into the pay-per-view where most of the shit will probably happen because dynamites I feel will have to become a little less important in my opinion.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like that was always the cool thing. Like, they had their pay-per-views, which always felt great. And you just get dynamites that would also just do crazy good shit because they had the time to do it.
Exactly. They're going to lose a lot of their casual viewers, I feel, because to be honest, bro, like I look, if WWE did quarterly events, you know damn well every now and again Triple H would, well, at least he would try to book his Monday Night Raws and build select Monday Night Raws up like they were pay-per-views. You know what I mean? I mean, that's what they did
Yeah.
back in 2016 with SmackDown. I remember they had like Championship SmackDown, or they had like Wild Card Tuesday or Championship Tuesday or whatever the fuck it was. It was the episode where American Alpha. It was the episode where American Alpha won the tag titles. I think AJ defended like the WWE title. Like it was just a super stacked episode of SmackDown. They would do shit like that more often. And like with AEW, either you're still going to book your dynamites how you book your dynamites, and it's going to make your monthly pay-per-view look not that special because it's just going to feel like all the other important dynamites we've been watching, or you're going to put all the important shit on your monthly pay-per-view and dynamites are just kind of going to be there. And like I said, from a viewer's perspective, you don't really got to watch the weekly show anymore. Just watch the monthly pay-per-view that comes out.
Exactly. It literally, like, that's, yeah, I don't, I mean, it's not likely this will happen. I really don't think it is, but dude, I hope they never adopt some type of motto like that, man, because that's just a horrible motto.
Yeah, dude. I mean, before Triple H took all these premium live events to like overseas, look at how unimportant all of those felt. I mean,
Oh, they
last
were
year,
all pointless.
yeah, I mean, last year you had like an Extreme Rules, in Philadelphia. He did get a little lucky in that regard because at least it was in Philadelphia, and at least they weren't bringing it to somewhere completely fucking random. But like the, before Triple H took over, all those like Hell in a Cells and WrestleMania backlashes, dude, all of those were just the most unimportant thing ever. They were the most unimportant thing ever. They did not need to happen. Raw's stories on Raw were just rushed, and put on the pay-per-view because they just needed something as a hook for their pay-per-view. And it's just like meaningless matches. Like imagine how many meaningless matches we'll be getting on an AEW pay-per-view with 12 pay-per-views a year.
Oh, dude, that sounds atrocious, man. It really does sound bad. I don't think it's a good line to follow. I know they're in talks Warner Brothers right now because that deal is coming up and they gotta, make a new one, man. Hopefully it does not involve the pay-per-views turn into this. I think their schedule is fine what it is now. If you ever want to add anything, maybe like one more, and that's your limit, man.
Yeah. So, for sure. And the other thing, they didn't elaborate whether this was standalone or if this would include a HBO Max streaming deal. If you are out of your fucking mind if you think people will actually pay $60 12 times a year for your pay-per-view. If that does happen, the only way that needs to happen is a part of HBO Max. But to my point, I don't think that needs to happen at all. Yeah, I don't know.
No, not at all.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that whatsoever, man. I'm not feeling this. I'm not feeling this monthly AEW pay-per-view thing. Thankfully, Tony Khan does listen to his audience, and hopefully, something good could come out of this. But dude, at the very most, I'm saying you add, you go from, they were at 4 pay-per-views a year. It went up to 5, and now this year we're getting 6 with AEW with All In being announced. So 6 is your absolute limit. 6 is the most pay-per-views you need in a year. 4 was okay. 5 was perfect. 5 is like the perfect number. That's how NXT did it. That's how AEW did it last year with announcing Forbidden Door. But this year, you're announcing All In, so that's 6. 6 for me is the cap. 6 is where you need to stop it right there with the pay-per-views because, yeah, you never want to get to the point where you're sitting in that WWE spot where you're putting on 12 pay-per-views a year. Those first couple of years of the draft, they were putting on 24 pay-per-views a year, and it's just too much. It's just too much, man. Like none of this needs to happen. I mean, luckily for WWE, half of them are Raw and half of them are SmackDown, so that made it a little better because you get to see certain people. But even at that, man, I mean, it's just like, God damn, like, we don't need all these pay-per-views, man. We really don't.
No, we really don't. I think it's really unnecessary, man. And the way AEW's been going, man, it does not look good with shit like this. Shit like this is the complete opposite of why this was created.
Exactly. I mean, it's like I said, on one hand, it's good because they're getting bigger, and people want more of their product. But at the end of the day, you got to step back and realize what's best for your product. It's good. It's good that they're getting a bag and that they're getting a streaming deal, and it's good that people want more of their content. But you got to keep it at that. You always want a want for more, because if you give more and it ends up being too much and now you're stuck in a deal, people are going to get burned out of your product, and you're stuck in it.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not digging this. I'm not digging this, man. I love that AEW's getting bigger, but you just added Collision. That's fine. You know what I mean? You got 6 pay-per-views now. I mean, you don't need all this stuff, man. You really don't need all this stuff, but I hope they do the right thing. I hope they do the right thing and listen to their audience, because, man, I mean, that's one thing we love about AEW. That's one thing we loved about NXT, is there wasn't an overabundance of bullshit. Just bullshit pay-per-views. And in AEW, we like that. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Definitely, man. Definitely.
So, speaking of AEW, man, an AEW
I
document.
have heard about that all. Yeah, they announced that All In, you're gonna have to pay for it. Same with All Out, you have to pay for both of them.
I did.
And
I did.
apparently Tony Khan wants.
Oh, sorry. What were you saying?
Yeah, good. Tony Khan wants to like to find a way to get, if you buy both, you get it for a cheaper price. But that's not even guaranteed yet. How you? I don't know, but you know how Tony Khan does.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I actually I did hear about that. I did hear about that. They did do oh, what the fuck am I saying? Yes, I did hear about you had to buy it on Bleacher Report. Now it's just like, bruh, like really? I Yeah, that's completely ridiculous. That's completely ridiculous. For sure.
It's so stupid.
For sure, man. So, yeah, good old Tony Khan, man. Good old Tony Khan. Yeah, they really need to get it moving with this streaming service because golly, just yeah, it's not doable for people. I mean, it's really not. It's really not doable whatsoever. And yeah, again, I don't know what I don't know what they're thinking. But a document was sent out within AEW that outright banned these select things. Unprotected chair shots to the head or shots to the back of the head, buckle bombs and blind moves backwards into the turnbuckle, fencing responses, or unnatural position of arms following a concussion. The next one is a little tiny bit hilarious. Seizure cells.
For one guy.
This
Wonder
man,
why.
Bryan Danielson, got the seizure cell banned in AEW. Spitting / bleeding in the crowd, weapons / projectiles in the crowd, taking drinks / food from guests in the crowd, or physical contact with the crowd. Well, one of those is for Hangman, even though he doesn't do it anymore. And the other one is for MJF, because that man is always throwing his gum in the audience.
Can't throw in their own drinks at them.
Yeah, that man MJF splashing splashing alcohol on people, throwing gum in the crowd, smacking people's hats off their head. Man is an absolute menace. And yeah, man, so that is all the banned moves / whatever. Yeah, I really wonder how Moxley feels about not bleeding in the crowd. Very interesting. But yeah, man. So that is the list of new banned moves in AEW, and then it was also confirmed after that, according to the Wrestling Observer newsletter, that the banned moves in AEW are still allowed and will be done, but you just have to tell the producers and coaches you're working with on the match that you're doing it. One wrestler noted you won't see any changes that would be noticeable.
So it's literally just trying to just, hey, I'm gonna sell a seizure, so tell the doctors not to fucking probably freak the fuck out ringside,
Oh
because I'm
my
just
God.
joking. I'm just joshing.
Dude,
Like, dude, those poor doctors.
I know Doc Samson was losing his shit watching Brian look like he's having a fucking seizure in the ring.
They have the production guys' fucking hearts dropped and stomachs dropped. And and Brian Daniels, he's just joking around. He's just having a laugh. You fucking guy. Ugh.
Yeah.
I'll never forget that shit.
Dude, the way I jumped up off my bed like, oh shit, just to find out bro was just playing.
That man is legendary, man. That man's evil.
He really is, man. He really is. That was some evil ass shit. But what was the other thing? Oh, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah, good thing AEW doesn't employ Eric Young, because the seizure cell was like his trademark. That man was always doing that shit. And
Dead.
golly, they would.
He was, dude.
Oh man, yeah, Danielson. Yeah, it's actually a little hilarious that Bryan Danielson got that banned. But yes, I feel.
That is hilarious.
Yeah, I feel a huge reason why that was banned is because you know that Doc Samson was losing. You know that man was losing his shit ringside watching Danielson fake a seizure.
Dude, I would have loved to hear their fucking earpiece chatter of just them freaking out.
Oh man, just so he can get the upper hand on Okada and hit him with a Busaiku knee. Golly.
Good lord, man. What a time, man. Bro got that whole shit banned.
He really did. So, speaking of Bryan Danielson was obviously supposed to be in the Blood and Guts match on Dynamite July 19th. And then there ended up being a spot for a fifth member on each side. Good thing the Usos weren't in town, so they could be going around asking everybody if they're the fifth member. So
Voted.
Obviously, this past Wednesday, we got the confirmation of Kota Ibushi and Pac. Another one, kind of a little disappointing. I really wanted to see Chris Hero. Pac is nice, it's nice.
Yeah.
Not bad. But we have a pitch here from somebody on the roster. Oh, Samson used to work in WWE? I didn't know that. Oh, my God.
Oh, look at that. Good lord.
Oh, he was here. Oh, yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, I remember that Raw. When fucking you just heard Jerry Lawler's mic just hit the table. Yeah, that was messed up. So, we got a pitch, man. Chicago Phil. Blood and Guts Phil. He pitched himself to be the fifth member of the Blackpool Combat Club team against the Elite on Dynamite Blood and Guts on July 19th. And according to one source, neither team would want him, per Voices of Wrestling and Fightful Select.
I mean, on the BCC side, I genuinely do understand. That man Mox had to cancel his vacation, and he never got the vacation, by the way.
Never got it.
Just because of this fucking guy. Never got the vacation. So, on the BCC side, I kind of understand where they're coming from. But, like, the Elite, bruh, y'all gotta grow up. It's just how it is. You beef with people, you're gonna have beef with people. But when you're at work, you're at work, dude. Suck it up.
Well, you never know, man. Maybe when Punk got in the match, he might have wanted to bring FTR with him. He might wanted to bring Samoa Joe and Jay White. the guys he likes working with.
You know, because the elite like their guys to work with, and that's a problem. But good old Phil, man, he likes the Phil circle, man, and
That's
that's
it.
perfectly fine. People love the Phil circle, but the elite can't have theirs.
No, man.
It's kind of, it's just a fuck situation still, bro.
That man cannot go anywhere without FTR. So,
He really cannot, bro. Like, dude.
so yeah, the elite, would it have made sense? Sure. I mean, you added Pac. Pac doesn't like Kenny Omega. So, I see the beef there. I see why they did what they did. It was just a matter of,
Yeah,
I wanted Chris Hero. That was all that. It's not it's Pac thing. It's not Chris Hero thing. So, that
exactly.
that was that. But I mean, does Punk make sense here? Yes and no. Obviously, he makes sense because he has beef with Omega and the Bucks and Hangman. He's got beef with all those guys. But like, I feel like the match people want to see is CMFTR versus the Elite. I feel like we don't want to. I feel like we don't want to see this chapter picked up by surprise in the Blood and Guts. This is a completely different story, and you need to treat the Punk story as a completely separate thing when this is all done and over with, and you need to make it feel special. And like I said, just make it a completely new and fresh story, and not just kind of a piggyback off of the BCC and Elite story.
Exactly. It just it makes sense to not do that now. I mean, eventually, should that story happen? Yes, but
Yeah.
let this one finish first, at least.
Yeah, because this has been a great story. So it's been a great story, and you don't want to overshadow it by, giving the BCC and Elite story a shitty ending.
Exactly.
Yeah, you do not want Chicago Phil to completely overshadow the whole ending to their story they got going on. Speaking of more people in AEW, Brian Pillman.
This dude.
Brian Pillman Jr., as of 2 days ago, has been removed from AEW's roster page as WWE speculation begins. And follow up on that, we got today, per Dave Meltzer, Brian Pillman Jr. was training at the WWE Performance Center in Orlando, Florida on Thursday, July 13th. So yesterday. Brian Pillman Jr. was spotted at the Performance Center. Honestly, good for him.
Yeah. He was gonna do much in AEW anyway.
Dude, which
He
is
needed to learn a lot.
yes, which is such a horrible thing to see because when they were actually featuring the Varsity Blondes, the Varsity Blondes in 2020, in the whole pandemic era, you actually kind of seen them improve a lot. And they were actually starting, you could see them making their slow climb to the point where in another, 3 to 4 years, these guys would actually be a legit tag team on the roster if they put the time into them. And then they just stopped. Cold turkey. They just stopped showing them. And, they obviously took Julia Hart from their act. Which was a good thing, but they still took her from the act, and then that was it. They'd never seen him or Griff again, so it was just okay. And I mean, shit, I would have fucking did the same thing if I was him. I'd rather at least go to the fucking Performance Center where I could maybe maybe get featured on a garbage NXT product, because he would be one of the better ones down there. Not too high on the totem pole, but I mean, he was pretty good. He was pretty good. He wasn't horrible. And I mean, shit. I mean, if you could go down to the WWE Performance Center, and I mean, at least if it's gonna look like they'll give you a little bit more of a fucking opportunity than AEW did, he's got to do what's best for him at the end of the day. And I think that was the right choice, because AEW literally was not featuring this man at all.
And I don't know how they don't realize that's not how people improve. How are you going to improve by just not ever doing anything? Like, that's not how improvement works. You have to keep doing something to get better at it. And I don't really think Tony Khan understands that. And Brian Pillman is a victim of it. Is he overall just kind of right now? Yeah. Is he probably going to be in fucking Chase U or fucking Schism or
He's going to be in the
something,
dyad.
whatever fucking. Like, is he going into hell?
What a waste of Joe Gacy. God damn, he was so cool.
So good. And I saw a clip of like a screenshot of a video that WWE posted a couple years ago. It was about Evolve, and it was like, and it was this Evolve indie guys, and it was fucking Eddie Kingston. Mm-hmm. It was Joe Gacy and like a couple others. I was like, damn, this is what they're doing with Joe Gacy. I'm in this fucking stupid fucking faction in NXT. Like, dude, dude, why does NXT exist, bro?
Yeah, closed doors.
That's just horrible, man.
For the love of God, closed doors.
I swear to God, put that fucking time and money into the Performance Center itself, man. But, yeah, man, I mean, I hope the best for Brian Pillman Jr., man. I hope he could be cool and interesting, and let's hope he gets there, man, because he probably wasn't ever gonna get there under Tony Khan.
No, he wasn't. They just, like I said, they literally one day just gave up on him cold turkey. And it was just like, dude, the guy's got something. Like, I could see, you know, if you pick up one of these guys that's a second generation superstar and he's lazy and he doesn't want to work and he fucking sucks and he's clearly just trying to benefit off of his family name. Brian Pillman not only had a great story, but he wasn't bad. He wasn't bad, man.
No, he really wasn't.
So, oh my God, if that motherfucker joins Chase U, I mean, it's better than what he was doing on fucking AEW television. I mean, but it's like, because he wasn't doing anything on there, but it's just like, I mean, still, yeah, Shawn Michaels got to pack it up, bro. So somebody got to give him his 2-week notice. But, dude, yeah, I mean, at least, I mean, if WWE's willing to put a little bit more stock into the guy and actually put him on television so he can improve, I can't blame him. I don't blame him at all, because his act was literally just cut from AEW, and it just was completely ridiculous. The way they went about handling him, but yeah, man, I mean, it's an unfortunate situation. It's an unfortunate situation, and now he's gone from the company. But like I said, man, if this means bigger and better things for his career, at the end of the day, man, he's got to do what's best for him. And you know, CM Punk said this on Cole Cabana's podcast 9 years ago. But NHL hockey players get better by training with NHL hockey players. They don't get any better sitting around doing nothing.
Exactly, man. Exactly. So good for Brian Pillman Jr., man. I hope he does well in NXT, and I hope they do well with him down there, man. Because, oh, dude, that place is 50-50, man. Either you're gonna be okay and you're gonna be fine, or they're just gonna slap some fucking weirdo gimmick on you. Oh, dude, since he's Brian Pillman's son, I could see them, you know, putting it like a Dean Ambrose gimmick on him or something.
Yeah, like a Brian Pillman gimmick. Because Dean Ambrose was pretty much just a PG-ass whack ass Brian Pillman.
And drove backwards on the highway for fucking no reason.
I drove
Uh,
backwards on the highway. Dog, what are you, Jeff? What are you talking about, bro? What? I drove backwards on the highway, and you didn't end up in jail, like
yeah,
for
what the
reckless
fuck? Like,
driving.
so I think he's gonna improve, man. But with everybody, you gotta get stuck with some weird gimmick down there, man. So let's
Yeah.
hope it should stay in NXT. It goes well, man.
I hope so, man. I hope so. So I wish him the best of luck, and I hope we see him soon, man. And it sucks that his AEW run had to end like that, but it is what it is, man. It is what it is. It's just up to him to now show them if they were right or wrong. So we brought this to you guys last week, but I figured we'd go over it again since there's a little bit of news we left out. Survivor Series. Survivor Series is to take place in Chicago. WWE have announced that Survivor Series will take place in Chicago, Illinois, Saturday, November 25th, and SmackDown will also be taking place from the same venue, November 24th. On the Friday before. War Games was not mentioned in the press release. Yeah, man. If War Games does get announced, it will probably be a little bit later. I'm assuming they're actually playing their cards right and seeing what they can do for War Games first before,
Exactly.
But
Instead of just going off, they have to do War Games.
Exactly. So I seen something on. I seen a lot of people throwing around this. I'd seen people throwing around this little fantasy matchup that for War Games, and it actually doesn't sound too bad. It doesn't sound too bad at all. Let me try to pull it up for you. Here it is. On the men's side, the men's side was okay. On the bloodline, on the Roman Reigns side, Roman Reigns, Solo Sikoa, Ludwig Kaiser, Giovanni Vinci, and Gunther versus Seth Rollins, the Usos, and Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. Walter in the War Games.
I do like the sound of that.
I do like the sound of that. I love the sound of that. Yeah, man. So that's a fantasy War Games team, and it sounds real nice. It sounds real nice, to be honest. But anyway, yeah, bro. So Survivor Series and SmackDown. We obviously the reason we went over it again is because we forgot the SmackDown part. But yeah. So that'll be taking place in Chicago, and yeah, man, you might catch us there, bro.
You very well might, because I heard the all-out tickets went on sale today.
Yeah.
And I think Survivor Series might be the move, man. I really think it is.
I think so. And I'm gonna be excited. I'm gonna be excited to go to a WWE show for sure. Yeah, I did hear about the pre-sale for next week. So yeah, probably or no, sorry. I did hear one of my buddies got tickets for the pre-sale yesterday. I don't know what I'm saying next week.
Oh, okay.
He got pre-sale tickets yesterday, but it sucks because the one year we don't want to go, it's in the correct venue, so that sucks. But I mean, yeah,
it's a nice break, man, and
for sure.
Survivor Series. If I get to spoo Cody Rhodes again, man, that'll be beautiful. I miss doing that.
Yes, absolutely. For sure. Miss oh man, I miss booing Cody Rhodes. I want to sing Sami Zayn's song. Like, man.
Oh, dude, Romans, man, or the Usos. They have like
Oh,
separate Diane.
bro,
This shit could
man.
be so good.
Yes, yes, it's gonna be sick, bro. It's going to be sick. Seeing Solo, man, singing Seth's song, shit'll be heat. Shit'll be heat, man. But yeah, so that is obviously not really the update, just kind of the information we didn't give you guys last week. Is it's not only Survivor Series, but it's gonna be the SmackDown before. Yes. Yeah, dude, I hope the Usos song is still a sing along type thing, cuz Seth's will be, Sammy's will be, but yeah, I hope the Usos will. But when they come, I honestly think in like the smaller markets they go to, I think those fans are going to be too stupid to fucking sing it, but in Chicago for sure. For sure.
Oh yeah, man. Definitely. I think so.
Yeah, man. So yeah, that is the news on Survivor Series. And yeah, like I said, you guys will probably be catching us there. So, speaking of
Oh
more
yeah.
premium live events, WWE will be returning to Saudi Arabia for a premium
Yeah.
live event. Get this, on Saturday, November 24th.
Wait, what? Wait,
I'm an idiot. November 4th.
that's. Oh, I was gonna say, wait, what?
3 weeks
They're gonna compete with
before
themselves.
Survivor Series.
Oh, I bet it's gonna be cheeks to that show. The Survivor Series bill is gonna be horrible. But let's just hope it's a good pay-per-view.
Oh my god. Well, they did the same thing last year.
And they were fine.
And Survivor Series ended up being a banger show. So you always say
Oh, the
it, and
show.
it's so true. Triple H and Tony Khan are way more alike than they know.
And people think. Because holy fuck, dude, neither of them know how to build to a fucking pay-per-view at this point. And Al Tony Khan doesn't know how to fucking do the aftermath of one. So,
Yep.
yeah, at least good old Paul, at least he knows still how to do an aftermath. Sometimes.
Sometimes.
No one really knows what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah.
But, yeah, the bill was gonna be ass to that fucking show, man. But I'm excited for it nonetheless. I think the show itself is gonna be really good. And I mean, it's going to be a Saudi show. At the end of the day, who cares? It's just to get big random matches off and just move on. So, we'll probably see the basic people we'll see at those shows, man. So, but the good thing is, the thing about putting a show like that before a major pay-per-view, you could get all the annoying big people that should be on a pay-per-view done the weeks before, and you have basically an opportunity to just put the smaller names on the pay-per-view, which is really good.
Mhm. Dude, I swear, man. You got 3 weeks for Survivor Series. You literally have one episode of Dynamite and one episode of Collision before All Out. What the fuck?
It's that's infuriating, dude. I am not dreading that, but like, dog, a
It's
week.
just a shitty system, man. It's like when WWE did in 2020 when WWE did SummerSlam, and then the very next weekend, as a disguise to put another pay-per-view so they could slap the title right on Roman as soon as he came back, they just put the title right on, they put the title right on Roman Reigns and gave it a 1-week build. One episode of SmackDown.
Like that's a whole just I still don't know how you didn't just fucking just not do All Out this year. It could have been. We do not need All Out. We
No.
don't. I don't need it. I really don't need it. If you're doing All in fucking in London in the UK, you don't need fucker All Out that year, bro. Just either do it next year or give us something else later that year or at the start of next. Give us Full Gear. Give us Revolution. Give us Double or Nothing.
Yep.
How many years am I gonna have to ask for this fucking pay-per-view?
Yeah. Which is weird because the first year, 2020, they gave us Revolution.
Like, give us Revolution, bruh. Give us Revolution. Any of them. Literally any of them.
Like I
No,
wonder if
it's always got to be all out.
yeah, like I wonder if they were gonna give us All Out that year too.
Probably. They were probably going to do it. And fucking, and now it's just all out. I'm tired of it. I really am.
For sure. For sure. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Um so yeah. So Saudi Arabia is getting a show 3 weeks before Survivor Series. It is what it is. I just hope they get all the annoying shit, like Sir K was saying, on the Saudi show and just save all the good shit for us, because who gives a fuck what those idiots have to watch? Even though they were a banger crowd last time for the Bloodline implosion. They were the best crowd of that weekend. But surprisingly. But yeah. So with that, according to Wrestling Observer Radio, the storyline between Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa will start after SummerSlam. I wonder if that start as in Solo turns on him, or it starts Roman starting to dislike Solo.
Yeah, does the turn happen or the cogs to the turn start? I'm interested, man. I'm interested.
I'm very
Can't wait.
interested. If you did want to do War Games, I would keep Solo on Roman's side, because it would just be nice to see those guys in War Games, because if he doesn't have Solo, his team looks like shit.
Dude, if he loses Solo, he literally is all alone. And that'll be hilarious if they want to do fucking War Games, dude. So
Unless he gets
wait till
Cody.
War Games, man. Oh my fucking god. Fucking Cody. But yeah, I could for that I'm excited. If for War Games, man, if you are gonna do it, have their loss at War Games be Solo's final straw with this fucking guy, and maybe that's when he finally gives up on him.
Yeah. For sure. For sure, man. For sure. But it's going to be very interesting to see, and I am very intrigued, obviously. You guys know how much we've been digging the Bloodline story, so very, very cool to see. And I can't wait to see, because I can't wait to see it unfold, because I know it's just going to be done to perfection.
Oh yeah, man. Hell yeah.
Carlito, man. Remember how we talked about WWE's poor time management for last episode's Friday? Well, Carlito was originally scheduled to make his return to WWE programming on July 7th, on the July 7th episode of SmackDown at Madison Square Garden. However, Carlito's return ended up getting nixed due to how much WWE had to cram into the show. Again, other than the Bloodline, even the last Bloodline segment, because you could have just saved that for this week, but half of that shit on that show could have been saved for next week. Why wasn't that saved for next week? Why?
Like, is it so hard? Literally, what are they even doing tonight? Anyway, just do it. There is that fatal four-way to get a shot at the U.S. title that LA Knight isn't in.
LA, yeah, I've seen that bullshit. The fuck is that? They got fucking Butch. Man.
Like, why? I don't get it.
Doesn't make any sense. But yeah, man. Yeah. I don't know when Carlito's going to debut, but I hope it's soon, because good Lord, that sucks. That sucks for him. Imagine being there and you're all hyped to debut, and then they just tell you, nah, not this week.
I'd be so pissed. Oh, dude, oh, man. Well, poor time management, man. What a shocker.
Seriously. Seriously, man. So that was why you guys didn't see Carlito as a surprise return last week for SmackDown. Speaking of LA Knight, LA Knight is set to undergo a gimmick change. No, this article is poorly titled because when I read that, my mind just went right back to Max Dupree. And it...
Max Dupree. Let's get it.
Dude. BWE is noted that LA Knight is planned to see a gimmick change. We will see him go from a heel to a baby face. Honestly, the reaction in the last few months, it is surprising that WWE did not make the change sooner. Dude. Also, we have the official list for you guys on those on the top 5 merch sellers in WWE. Number 1, Roman Reigns. Number 2, Cody Rhodes. Number 3, Stone Cold Steve Austin. Number 4, LA Knight. And number 5, NWO. Well, Kevin Nash, how's that originality looking for you now?
Exactly. He had the same shirt for what, 20 fucking years. How original.
So, LA Knight is outselling your group in merchandise. So, I guess he must be doing something wrong.
Look at that.
Yes, it is absolutely mind-boggling how WWE did not go with the heel turn or with the face turn earlier. But I honestly think the reason they did not turn him face sooner is because Triple H wanted to keep him a heel so he can face a baby face, Seth Rollins, as Mr. Money in the Bank. But obviously, once that all fucking flew off the fucking handle, they were like, oh, okay, well, now we got to keep him in fucking SmackDown purgatory for the rest of the year. So let's just go ahead and pull the trigger on this babyface turn. Because it's not like the guy's mad fucking over or anything like that.
Literally, man. It took them this long to realize they should turn this man face. Well, it didn't take them this long. They just waited, man, because he got over by himself, man. That's a crime.
So, it really is, man. It really is. And in WWE, that is frowned upon. And LA Knight is a living example. How the fuck does that man not have the Money in the Bank briefcase? How? So, alright, so, ladies and gentlemen, Brawl Out. Or as Sir K would say, roll out.
Roll out.
We got a breaking news story as of 3 days ago. Per PW Insider, there was a backstage altercation between the stars involved in the main event of Monday Night Raw this past week. Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, and the Judgment Day. The brunt of the issues was how the match went. Apparently, some spots didn't go as planned, as initially planned, and were clunky, which said with one unnamed superstar specifically blaming another for these spots going wrong. Damn. Well,
it sucked, man.
Look at this, man. I'm not really rocking with Roll Out. You know, I think I like Brawl Out better for sure. I don't think the sequel really lived up to the original. You know,
No.
I mean, couple chairs would have been nice. You know, couple chairs being thrown. You know, maybe Dominic biting somebody. Yeah. Yeah, there you
He
go.
seems like a fighter too. He really does, man.
Who's that, Dominic?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, like I said, the sequel definitely didn't live up to the original, so it's a little disappointing in that regard. But what are you gonna do, man? What are you gonna do? So, yeah, altercation backstage at Monday Night Raw, and on a serious note, isn't it amazing how people don't have to bite each other to get their point across? No, but these things happen all the time, man. And I thought the match was okay. I've been telling you guys this the past couple weeks, but it's just like the matches they put on in the main event of Monday Night Raw don't really scratch that itch for me, man. They just don't really do it for me. These Monday Night Raw main events they've been putting together just kind of been a little basic.
Literally, man, definitely. It's just them. Just hey, people like all these guys. Let's just put them all in some fucking blended match together and throw that in the main event. It's lazy.
It really is. It really is, man. But yeah. Um so that was that. Speaking of another problem on Monday Night Raw, Johnny Gargano. We got a backstage update on Johnny Gargano's WWE status. And then we have another update that came out this morning. So, according to a report from Fightful, he reports that Johnny Gargano is currently injured and won't be competing at wait, what? The reports that Gargano is currently injured and won't be competing at SummerSlam are inaccurate. Johnny Gargano is no longer injured. He has been factored into recent creative plans. With that being said, there was no word on the current status for SummerSlam or whether original plans for a DIY angle with Tommaso Ciampa are still on. Finally, it was noted that Gargano was backstage at a recent TV taping in Cleveland, Ohio, where he was supposed to appear on that show. The segment was dropped due to late creative changes. The same thing that happened to Carlito. Why do they drop these main points of the show? Why don't you drop the fucking Dana Brooke segment for the night?
Like, dude, you have 3 hours of television. How are you cutting people?
You should have all the fucking time in the world for anybody on planet Earth to be featured on that fucking show. But not, man. And then we got the confirmation this morning again that Johnny Gargano, per Fightful, Johnny Gargano has been cleared to return to the ring. And this is the one reason, and this is a slim reason, because I was still very pissed about Tommaso Ciampa losing on Monday. The only slim pass I'll give them, and they made it do this one by the skin of their fucking teeth, but dude, the fact that Bronson Reed went back with The Miz, it's another thing that pissed me off, but I digress. The fact that happened is maybe giving me a little bit of hope that they're trying to like stack the odds against Tommaso Ciampa, and then Gargano's gonna, help him. But it's like, even when Gargano was injured, we were seeing the way. They were on TV every week, and then we just stopped seeing them.
No. Exactly. So it's like, why?
Doesn't make any sense, bro. It doesn't make any sense, and we need to put this fucking guy on television. I mean, Raw in Cleveland was a couple weeks ago anyway. The fact that he has still yet to be featured on the show, I mean, like I said, if we don't start seeing him within the next week or so, and Tommaso Ciampa is now trying to fight against two people, it's gonna be really fucking annoying. Maybe they hold off Sammy and KO versus DIY for Survivor Series.
Maybe, man. At this point, I think it's the best option because, after that shit's gonna feel shoehorned as fuck.
Yeah, I mean, what are you doing? Fucking slotting them in there in like a 3-week or 2-week radius? Yeah.
Exactly. Like, come on.
Yeah, not necessarily what I thought about when I thought of Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens versus Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. So, in that regard, maybe do it at Survivor Series. DIY has a history of putting on banger tag team matches Survivor Series weekend. So, maybe we can revisit a little bit of that past glory. Speaking of late creative changes, according to Fightful, there were rumors that Triple H and Nick Khan were planning a creative intervention meeting with Vince McMahon, where Tony Khan and Triple H would ask Vince to step away from making creative changes. But according to a longtime source, the meeting has not taken place yet. I hope they do it,
That's insane.
but with Trips, it's a little iffy on if this will ever happen. But I
No,
obviously hope it does. But who's to say that Vince even listens? But what I find absolutely hilarious is that Nick Khan took a second to stop counting his pockets to actually have a thought of having a creative intervention meeting. Nick Khan doesn't give a shit about any of this, and the fact that he was involved or somewhat involved in at least thinking about sitting down with Vince is absolutely hilarious. And that just goes to show Triple H's money and Vince McMahon burns the fucking money for no reason.
Literally, man. And you know it's bad when fucking I was about to say Tony, when Nick Khan is like, okay, this dude's got to take it. This dude can't touch his creative no more. Because who's been making him the most money? Triple H. It's obvious, dude. And it's obvious what he should go with. Now, will they do this? Probably not. Triple H is like a fucking like a child. You know when you're a child and you want to ask your parents to hang out at like your friend's or your cousin's house and you're just scared as fuck for no reason to ask them? That's Triple H with Vince McMahon running this company, man. He wants to fucking ask to run this, but he'll never do it. He never will. So will this meeting happen? Probably might not. Does it need to happen? Yes. Well, do they need to just get the Vince McMahon factor out? Yes. Will it ever happen, man? Only time will tell, man.
For sure, man. For sure. And for our final news story of the day, Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt, man. Bray Wyatt is still not cleared for a WWE return. Damn.
It sucks, dude.
It
That
really does.
sucks.
According to a report from Fightful Select, Bray Wyatt is still not medically cleared for an in-ring return. When Fightful Select inquired about Wyatt's status, a WWE higher-up confirmed that Wyatt is sidelined and not cleared for action. We're told he's still awaiting clearance and hopeful for a return. Whether that occurs, the report noted. The report added that there had been no significant creative pitches for him since he was sidelined. Damn. Man, I miss Bray Wyatt, bro. I miss Bray Wyatt. Did you hear what The Undertaker had to say about him?
I was gonna ask you that, man. That's crazy. And everyone, that's the sentiment I think even Wyatt feels, because that's how he came back. He came back as an originalist version of himself. That's just at the end of the day, he's just a guy, and that was awesome. And then Vince got his hands on it, and he was fucking the Fiend again.
I am the Fiend.
And it sucks to see
fucking muscle man dancing. Yeah.
Exactly, man. So sucks to see that there's no creative plans, man. And either get this man back as himself and let him be himself and let him be Wyndham Rotunda like I think he wanted to be, or at this point let the man free. Stop trapping him in this fucking company, man.
Yeah, I agree with you, Bill. I just want Wyndham to be okay. I don't know what the situation is. I don't know if it's like his health, because I know everybody wants to say, oh, it's not his health, it's his creative. Guys, let me remind you, that whole time when Keith Lee almost died, we knew nothing about that. Nothing.
Exactly.
It could be his health. It very well could be creative. It very well could be creative. Look at how his creative was going after or before he left, And now, Bobby Lashley hasn't been seen all fucking summer, since that as well. So I mean, it's had a effect on other people as well, not just Wyndham. That just goes to show how fucking bad that creative was. So, yeah, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's genuinely his health or if it's creative, or if he doesn't want to come back because of what Vince McMahon did to his shit right before he left anyway. I don't know what it is, but I hope Ray is okay. I hope Wyndham's okay. And this just sucks, man. This sucks. It really does. We finally get him back. And all people do is take him for granted again. And what do you see now? Now people are starting to miss him again.
The cycle, dude. People hate this guy, then they love him, then they hate him. Then he's a carny, and then he's great. It's AEW. Wrestling fans, I'll never understand them, man. I hope Ray is okay. I hope everything's going well, man. And I just hope to see him and let him be able to be himself one day.
Definitely, bro. Definitely. So, because, man, like, God, SmackDown was so stacked with, like, that early Bray Wyatt on SmackDown plus the Sami Zayn bloodline. Bro.
Oh,
damn, I miss that era.
I swear, man.
Yeah. I miss that era of SmackDown, bro. Like the early Bray, like getting into that feud with LA Knight, and then you had the Sami Zayn bloodline on the other end of the show. Just fucking fantastic. But dude, I really hope he's okay. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is at this point, because the man was saying, he was telling fans he was going to be on night 2 of Mania. What was he telling the fan? Mania for me is tomorrow, and he never showed up. And he's been gone ever since. We heard a little bit that they had creative differences a couple months ago. Now it's back to him not being cleared. We don't know what it is, but whatever it is, man, I really just hope he's okay, and I want him back, man. I want him back if obviously they are willing to do him right, but if not, just let the man go. Stop wasting his time. Stop wasting his creativity, and just let the man go, man. For real.
Exactly, man. Exactly.
Yeah. So, yeah, bro, that is. Oh. A bit of a slower week with the news, or not slower
Definitely.
week, but a bit of a
smaller.
Bit of a smaller card for today, which is obviously why, that's everything. That's everything we got today for you guys, man. So I hope you guys did enjoy the All Elite crate unboxing. Hope you guys did enjoy that. Like, again, nice shirts.
It's all right.
Underwhelming. They're not absolutely trash. They're nice. I wouldn't say they're great, but I'll give them the nice. They're nice shirts. They're all right, man. But yeah, little underwhelmed if I do say so myself. But yeah, man. So that is everything we got here today for you guys, man. And that is going to do it for this edition of the Notorious Heels Podcast. This has been episode 170. Hope you guys did enjoy all the news for today, man. Thank you guys so much. Silent Lupus, Durante, Logan, Bell, Pops. Thank you guys for all being here. Thank you guys for all being here and hanging out with us, man. We appreciate you guys. And it has been always a pleasure for my Johnny Mayhem.
And I, Sir K.
And that is going to do it for this edition of the Notorious podcast. This has been episode 170. Thank you guys so very much. Thank you guys. We love you guys. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And we will see you guys on Sunday with Notorious Unscripted.
Peace.
I used to get deals on the bitch. Now I throw shields on the dick to stop me from that HIV shit. And niggas know they soft like a Twinkie fillin', playing the villain, prepare for this rap killing. Biggie Smalls is the illest. Your style is played out like Arnold when that what you talking about, Willis? The thrill is gone, the black Frank White is here to excite, throw dick to dice. Bitches are like I'm brainless, guns are like I'm stainless steel. I want the fucking fortune like the wheel. I squeeze cats till my clips is empty, don't tempt me. You don't want the fuck
Here I am, I'll be damned if this ain't some shit. Time to spread the butter lyrics over harmony grit. It's the mood killer death trap. Yes, I'm a jet black ninja. Coming where you rest at, surrender. Step inside the ring, use the #1 contender. Look